that plan is not gonna encroach on that far over.
Okay, I got the next item, number 10, property line through Royal Hotel, that's on the agenda, I think.
Yeah, that's.
Well, I met with Harold and Alderman Bleckley up there to explain to Harold Sheffer, what we needed identified, okay? And they're gonna do they're gonna do the survey, and they're gonna locate the buildings on the survey, so that we have an idea, and we know just exactly where, if they need 20 feet, or if somebody needs this 20 feet, where the 20 foot is, and then what we might have left over. Send all the information down to him, Malcolm, the draftsman down there to locate the lines. And it'd be nice to know from IDOT how much they're going to need, in case we have any left over. I don't know if you want a little strip left over or what. But I think once we get that survey and get that identified, we'll be okay. I have also talked to an appraiser about getting that 20-foot strip appraised. So, but we've got to have a legal description, and we can't advertise until we get a legal description.
And the status at the skating.
I don't think, well, it's up to the council. If you decide you want to sell it, you're going to have to offer it for public bid, or public, but then your next question here, I think you better pass on that next question, because if it's for public bid. Okay.
But I just wondered what he was offering.
I don't know that, but I don't think.
He did.
Yeah, I don't think we put that in an open meeting.
Just give it that.
Right.
Status on the stoplights.
We did get an update on the study, and that's basically about where it's at. We haven't went any further with that portion of it.
No estimated costs.
There was some estimated cost in there. Right off the top of my head, I don't know, Grant, at this point.
Well, when are we gonna make a decision on this? I mean, this has been lingering for months.
Well, I think there is some other things that they're looking at out there. I know they were looking at the Pizza Hut building and what was going to happen there, because there's some plans in the works for that section right there. So I don't know what's happening with that just yet. Haven't gotten any plans on it yet. So kind of in the air on it right now.
And then the Microtel Hotel, have we received a report from H&H? Will that be due?
I don't know. They are working on it, but I don't know when that's going to be done.
That should be any time. According to their timeline, what they gave us, that should be by the time.
The letter from the Chamber of Commerce about extending the TIP district. Does anybody have any more thought on that? Marilyn, what's your opinion about extending the TIP district?
Talk about extending it into the downtown area.
Yes. And then I think up this way also.
Yeah, that's something that will have to apply, and that will actually take.
Is that by an ordinance?
No, we don't have any.
So should
We can apply for it, and then that's got to go through the legislature.
Well, wait a minute. You're not talking about the light of the tip. You're talking about setting up a tip downtown.
Right.
Yeah, that's, I haven't done any research on that. Wasn't instructed to do any research on that, although I did ask our TIF consultant, and I don't know how you could connect the two. I don't know where you could do a corridor. I don't know where you could do, or you could do anything in order to connect that. Because I don't know that any of that would qualify, between the two TIF areas.
So,
But if that is a big issue, we can contact our TIF consultant.
well, I think we will look
Extend
into
it
it.
further.
Alderman William.
I'd like to see us go downtown with it.
And up this way a little bit towards the city hall.
That's using the present TIF district.
Or can we apply to have a new?
It does. You could, if the area qualifies, you could attempt to set up a new TIF district. You have to do the checking and research to see if it qualifies.
Empty buildings, would that qualify?
Don't know.
Well, that's, I mean, we don't make that
And
decision.
if you want, I can contact the TIF consultant and start asking to check that out.
I'd say we authorize them to do it. What do you guys think?
You're gonna have to put it on the agenda to do that, but I can make the initial, I can make the initial contact with him to see what he thinks.
Where exactly are you talking about for that TIF, if I might ask? From where to where?
From courthouse to,
From the courthouse, I think, up to Missile Harms Building, and then from there down towards the city hall, I believe. If I remember right on that letter from the Chamber of Commerce. Get some story.
I'll contact the TIF consultant, ask him to check.
Okay, the Osland grant, I know we got an item on new business about the lights, but how far are we gonna go with this? I mean, Mr. Coles was gracious enough to give me some information on it. The grant was originally worth $468,000. And our cost, of course, is 50% of that, and we've spent a total amount of $491,000. So how far are we gonna go with this grant?
I think the lights is the last thing on it, right?
And the equipment has been paid, the exercise equipment?
That
been
was
done?
through the hospital.
Okay. So again, are we just going with the lights and that's it, and then we're gonna do away with the grant and close it out, or?
Yeah, it should, I mean, after we get the exercise equipment in and the lights, I think then we close out after that. They have to do their final inspection, and then once the final inspection's done and everything's met, then they reimburse their portion.
I got a pretty good report if you want me to give it to you at this time or give it to you later. I got it all ready for you.
Yeah, if you could, I mean, that'd be great.
Fine with me, if you can give me about 5 minutes of your guys' time. What I made is some, or add, Nancy mix some minutes up. So I'm gonna start there. At our last meeting, we talked about some work being done in between the two grants, and I want to explain that all to you so you understand a little bit more. Okay. So if we look at 5/4/2009, the council received, or myself as an alderman at the time, presented 2 proposals for just to get the electrical service back there. So it has nothing to do with the Ozlak grant. This is just to get the electrical service from Route 3 back there. And the 2 was, one's from Chester Electric and the other one's from Brown Electric. And you can see Chester Electric came in at $24,250. If you read through there, and I'll try to just hit the highlights, and you can read this later if you choose to, but that was tabled at that meeting. The next meeting, 5/18/2009, it was brought up again and voted on to go ahead and grant Chester Electric to get the job done out there for $24,250.
And that was in the grant?
This is not in the grant. This is totally paid for by general fund money at the time. And I'll get to it, it all falls into place. So the council did vote to go ahead and get that done for the $24,250. And then on 8/3, Chester Electric did recommend that we go from a 400 amp to a 600 amp, and the cost would be anywhere from $2,000 to $2,500. So now we would, let's just use the lower number, 2,000 onto that 24, so we're at 26,250. No work was done from August of '09. Finally, in February